say you want something done here.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do, call the president of the HOA.
Yeah.
Say, I have a contractor.
Yeah.
I'd like to suggest him. I like him. He's a good guy. Can you get him to do an estimate? So Greg calls the contractor. They come out together and they get an estimate done. Okay?
Okay.
And then that's then taken before the
Really?
board, and that's how it's done.
Okay.
Okay? But if you come here,
Right.
one, you can't be here because it's
why
illegal.
Why can't I
Well,
be
you,
here?
you don't own the property.
I don't?
No.
How do
You're
you know
not,
that?
You're not a title holder because I looked up. It's public record.
Okay, that's fine.
So right now,
Do you want my mom to come over right now and give me
yeah, you're going to
permission?
have to have
Okay,
your mother come
I'm gonna
over
have
to
her
do
come
it.
over right now.
But the problem is
Yes?
we can't take his contract
Why not?
legally. It's a conflict of interest. You're a contractor. He's a contractor.
Yes.
It specifically states in the HOA rules and the California Subdivision Act, we cannot take it. We become liable.
So-
All of us could get sued.
so you're-
if we
you're
don't pay you, my God, you could wipe us out. Really, literally.
Right. So
no.
but your Anderson contractor is your contractor.
No, he's not my contractor. I'm not a contractor. I've used him before because I
Oh.
like him,
Right.
but I'm not a contractor.
So that's not a conflict of interest?
No, it's not a conflict of
It's not.
interest because
Okay.
it went through Greg.
Okay.
You know, I said, hey, we've used this store. Try it out. See what you think. All right? But you don't own the property, so you don't have any say.
I don't have any say.
No, you don't. Your mother
So-
does, but you don't.
So what would happen? I mean, I'm
Well,
just
what
gonna
would
give
happen if
I'm
you
just
stay
gonna-
here any longer? I'm going to call the cops.
Oh,
I'm
no,
going to say
no,
you have a
no, no,
tattoo.
no, no, no,
I'm going
please.
to say you have a knife on you.
Please,
and I'm going to say,
no,
whoa,
no.
there's children and you're a rapist. And you got a record. No, it gets that serious.
I'm gonna call the police, please.
Well,
Call them.
then, okay.
Call them right now.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? You can get an estimate, but we can't take his estimate.
He's just trying to get a proposal. That's
You
all.
can't, but we
All
can't
right,
legally.
all
Then
No,
get
no,
a proposal.
No. Call the
All
police.
right.
Please, call
Okay,
them right
I'll
now.
have to call the police.
Call them right now.
Oh my
What
God.
a waste of time for the police.
Well, it will be a waste of time. Get your estimate.
Yeah,
We can't take it.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Call the police.
Have a wonderful day, sir.
Yeah. And please,
No,
get
no, no,
off the
no, no.
property.
No. Please, call the police right now.
Why? What do you want to do?
No, you're gonna report me as a rapist, right?
I don't. No, I'm not going to report you.
Didn't
as a
you just
rapist.
tell me that?
No,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
said
tell you
that.
that. No,
You didn't just say that?
no,
Okay.
no,
Please
you
call the
did.
police.
no, because you're not supposed to be here.
I own the property.
Huh?
I own the property.
No, you don't. You're not a title holder. You did. It's not on record. If you're a title, okay. If you're a title holder, you've got to prove that you are. So get the title, and get the title, and show it, because you have to. Everybody has to show they're a title holder.
Yeah.
What there is there's an abstract. It's an abstract on your trustee, your mother, and your mother would be listed as a trustee. If you're listed as a co-trustee, then you would be a title holder. But it's in the abstract of the trust. Do you have the trust? By the way, you're not allowed to do recordings unless you're telling me you're doing recordings. So that's not considered. That won't be considered admissible evidence in court.
Yeah, that's fine.
This will keep you straight from saying wrong things that aren't true.
Well, I am saying one thing.
Accusing him of being a rapist. And
Well,
having
I said I could, but well, you know what?
Whatever.
You know what? I am telling the truth. You're not a title holder.
But you know
you can't
what?
do
But
it.
it does hold him to protect him. At least he has that.
Well, he has that to protect, but
Yeah.
everything else you don't.
Yeah.
Okay?
You're a
No.
crazy guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah.
Have a
Absolutely.
wonderful day.
Well, you know what, guy? You're participating in a misdemeanor.
Oh,
No,
liable.
no.
So,
Please call the
yes.
police. Call the police, kick me off the property.
Leave.
I'm not gonna leave. I own this property.
You don't own the. Well, then prove you have title. Demonstrate you have title.
why are you so
I-
hateful?
I own this
I'm
property
not hateful.
because
Yeah,
he's
you
trying to steal this money from us.
Not stealing the money from you. You're using this as a rental income. You're a slumlord. That you can put on record.
brother.
You're a slumlord.
You're a sad person.
No, yeah. Please call the police. Please call them.
All right.
I'm ready. Call the police.
There you go.
You know, he's doing it again. We're gonna have to get the locks changed.
Oh,
Come on,
what's
man.
going on?
I'm getting a
He's
bid
got-
right now for the
he's got a
waterproofing.
Oh, okay.
Is there something wrong with that?
Well, we're supposed to run the bids through the HOA president and stuff, and I'm happy to
All
do
right,
it.
go ahead, Mark.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Someone that's rational. Let me get my measuring thing.
All right, fine, I'll let it go.
Well, I mean,
You let it go. Wait, I don't own the property. I thought you were gonna call the police right now.
I'm not gonna call the police. I'm not gonna waste my time.
No, you just you're worried that
Are you?
a rapist is on the property.
I don't know. I
What?
have no
You just
idea.
said I was a
All right,
rapist.
guys.
Yeah,
Hey.
look, let's not argue about this anymore. Knock it off, okay?
Hurry
if
up,
you
call the
own the
police.
property, go get and prove the deed. Show you own the title. Get the abstract from your mother's trust and show that you own the title, that you're on it. You haven't replied. You're not saying anything. My assumption is, am I assuming right that you don't? Because I can't find any record. I went through the public records. Just shows your mother as being the trustee.
Good.
In the
No,
public
I'm gonna-
records. That's all it shows.
You didn't see her here with me going over all the stuff.
No, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about the public records.
No problem. We'll get it notarized that I can speak up for this unit and I can
I have
perform
power of
my.
attorney too. Doesn't mean I can tell my mother how to, I can't do things like this. My mother.
She's gonna give it to me.
Well, yeah, but I have power of attorney, but it doesn't
Okay,
allow you to do
no
that.
problem. No.
It doesn't, no.
No problem.
You have to have title. That's the law.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Call the police and get the rapist off the property. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up.
Sorry to leave you with this.
Oh, okay. Well,
Unless you want me to stay,
No, please stay.
it's just that
Call the police
I don't
while
know
you're at
what
it.
to do about it.
well,
Because
so
we
so
can't take your
so,
estimate.
Why
Unless
can't
you want to consider this a official bid.
why can't you take my
well,
estimate?
okay, if you guys do business together, I mean, Rachel's concerned about conflict of interest.
Have you done business before with your door installer? What about your painter?
Huh?
The painter, I solicited a contract based on work that I saw him do for Gary
Yeah.
inside his apartment. So I
So
solicited.
is that not a conflict
No, the
of interest?
conflict of interest is you're a contractor.
So
That's
what?
the
You can
problem.
be a contractor by homeowner.
And you're not a title holder. That's the other problem. You don't own title unless you can demonstrate it. Can you demonstrate what?
Absolutely. Because I've owned this property since 1995. You're the only person that's ever come here and said that I'm not a title
I
holder.
can't find any evidence of it. Why can't I find
If I
evidence?
would-
I
you know-
can't find evidence of your contractor's license. Do you have one?
Of course I
I
have
can't
one.
find it. What under what name?
That will be. I'm not going to give it to you now.
You're supposed to disclose it. If I ask it, that's the law.
Really?
It'll be on the recording there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed
Sure.
to disclose it. If I ask it, yeah, it's public record.
Sure. Go look it up.
No, I did. I can't find it. It doesn't exist. So if I ask you, you're supposed to disclose it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. That's the law.
I don't believe so.
Yeah. Well,
If I perform
you'll
work,
believe.
if I perform work here, I would disclose our workers' compensation information
You have to
and
disclose
our
the license.
and our California
You
business
can't
license.
do work here. That is specifically stated in the California Subdivision Act. You cannot.
I cannot do work
No,
here.
you cannot.
Why not?
No, it's against the law.
Against
It's
what
a
law?
liability issue. It's a major liability issue for us. No.
All right. Please, Gary.
We're gonna have to.
More lies. More ridiculousness, please.
Sorry to have to leave you with this.
Well, yeah, I'm right in the middle of doing work for a client, so.
You want me to stay with you?
Well, I'll wait.
Otherwise-
I think these guys just need to
I'm
take
done.
some measurements. Is that
I'm done.
correct?
My measuring's done.
Okay.
All right.
So
guys.
we're gonna get an alternate bid for the waterproofing. Are you unhappy with the budgets
Because
that we've
you
set
already
forward?
gave us one water bid,
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
and it was close to the other one.
Yeah.
It wasn't close
Yes, it
because
was.
you know what?
We
My
averaged it too.
$5,000
my waterproofing bid included stucco repair. Yours did not.
Yes, it
Your
did.
stucco repair would be $7,000 more.
That was for the doors. Yeah.
Read it. If nothing in his waterproofing bid said that he would replace the stucco. They would remove it up to 12 inches,
Yeah,
but not replace it.
he said he would replace it. Yeah.
If you look in the
absolutely.
fine print, it said extra $7,000 to replace the stucco. So
Okay,
you're off by
I talked to him
13,000.
about exactly what it was included, and he assured me that that was included in the original estimate. The $7,000 was for the doors.
So why would we be doing the doors first instead of doing the waterproofing issue first?
Well, why don't you tell me you're the contractor?
Yeah, so
Yeah, because
so,
I
so
would-
the waterproofing specialist, Mike Cosley, recommended that we do the doors first. Actually, recommended doing the doors and the walkways at the same time.
At the same time, yeah.
but if and we can do that, we can build
If-
reserves in order to do that. It's just going to take
Longer.
over 2 years
Yeah.
to get the money to
I'm
do
okay
it.
with that.
So we can do that. It's just going to take
But
longer.
we're-
But in the
why
meantime, we
we-
have to termite proof, all this stuff.
We got termites.
So where actually is the water coming from? From your door or from
It's coming
the
here.
deck?
It comes right underneath here. Comes through the cement here. Comes through
I removed
Yeah.
my
how do
wood
you know
flooring.
how do you know it's coming through there?
because I have warping on the inside of my door.
So
It comes from the cement. Cement sucks it.
So based
did
on
you
what?
do a water test?
You don't need to do a water test.
Well,
You know what?
you
I
do
got a
need to do a water
contractor out
test.
here to look at it. I got two
You-
contractors out here to
How
look at it.
how can you assume $50,000 is going to fix your problem when you don't even know where the water's coming from?
It comes from right here.
How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that?
Because I can see the
So I
water.
took videos of the property when it was raining last year,
Uh-huh.
and I provided it to Mike Cosley, the water guy, to view and give his recommendation. So, and this is what his recommendation was based on what he was seeing with the water around the property.
If we did the doors first and we didn't fix this waterproofing or intrusion issue, wouldn't that void our door warranty?
We
I
don't
don't think-
have a warranty on these doors.
Right,
Yeah.
but the ones that you want to install right now.
No, it wouldn't. Involve,
It wouldn't?
No, it
I
wouldn't.
believe it would.
No, it wouldn't. I talked to him about that. The
Talk to who
problem
about
is,
that?
Fred,
Talk to who about that?
I talked to Anderson about it. It wouldn't. The problem is,
Oh
Fred,
yeah?
way the HOA works, anything that has to do with repair or maintenance comes under the board's domain. They get to decide this. So now what you have is
And you're the
termite
board.
damage. Would you listen and not interrupt? So what we have is water damage. What I have done is I've read the bylaws, which I'm sure you haven't. So, or pulling part of them. So what you have is you have termite damage in here. Okay, so now termite damage under the bylaws is damage to the structure of the building. Anything that becomes damage to the structure of the building now becomes the responsibility of the HOA. They have to take care of it.
How do
One
we
of the
know
best
we
ways
have,
to do
how do
is
you
to
know
take
we
care
have
of the
termite
building.
damage?
We had a termite.
I had a
report.
termite inspector. I saw it.
Where's
I,
the report?
Huh? I have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
and
see.
I'll show you what he shows. I'll show you what his termite damage. I'll show you on hers.
No, I'd like to see the official termite report.
You know what? He didn't give one because I showed him the droppings. Come here, come here, come here. Come here.
And you
Since you're such a
manufactured-
smart ass,
And
come
you
over here.
manufactured.
Come here.
No,
You know
I don't
what?
believe you.
Then don't believe me. It doesn't matter because until you prove that you have title, you can't say anything. That burns on you. Prove you have title. All right. You guys are finished anyway. You've done your estimate. I'm going to go.
Please leave. Leave.
So anyway, the last thing I have to say is that with the termite damage that's in here, so the HOA, under the rules of the HOA board can, out of the reserves, pay money to put the doors in, and they have full choice to choose what door goes in here. What they want to do is a kind of a vinyl type door, so now you can get termite entry into here. All right. So if they can, in these cases, if it turns out the reserves don't have enough, they can turn around and bill all of the residents. Now, things where the residents, the title holders have, is jurisdiction over like what the painting is, what the landscaping is going to do, and that becomes an overall vote. Like, what color are we going to paint this thing? Because that's going to make a difference. What are the plants going to look like? That's going to make a difference. So is this going to be white? That's going to be white. Is this going to be black? That you have, everyone votes on that. But things in maintenance, it has to do with the HOA. The HOA is the one, board is the one that actually signs the contracts because they're the ones that become liable. If there's this lawsuit, like the HOA board fails to pay somebody, they're the ones that get named in the lawsuit. They have to go stand in front of the court on that whole thing.
I know.
That's why they're the ones who become responsible for putting these doors in. They have the authority to put them in. The other stuff, and they have the authority to pick which contracts to go with. They can stick this one or that one. They don't necessarily have to go with the cheapest one. They go with the one they deem, the three of them deem reasonable. 2 out of 3 votes. So that's my set. All right? So, prove you have title.
All right. Yeah, my guy's been in this.
Okay.
I'm just showing. I just want to give you some numbers to compare.
Well, yeah, we're like I said, we haven't decided on any waterproofing guy.
But
we want to get it done right.
Your whole process of, putting the assessment together is based on,
it's based
one
on
number.
Estimates. It's not one number.
Okay, show me
the
estimate for the landscaping. Tell me which rails need to be fixed. You gave us you put in a 7,500.
I had to go fix the railing up here. Yes, we can go and debate all the numbers, and I can get real numbers around all that stuff.
But okay, see, so you don't have any real numbers around that stuff yet.
Around a couple of the things. Yes, we took three of the major items.
You based the assessment raises and the HOA fees on numbers that you don't have numbers for.
It's a budget to fix the place up.
But what if it's not enough?
It's a budget. I mean, that's how long-term projects. When you do a project over several years, you put a budget together. This is our proposed budget.
But you made up the numbers to do the landscaping and the railing. I don't have any real numbers. You based
okay,
see,
we can get real numbers on the railing.
But this is for before the ballot, so we didn't have. Nobody voted on like real estimates. All these numbers were made up.
Not all of them, no, absolutely not.
Well,
not all of them.
Oh, really? They weren't made up?
I said not all of the numbers, Fred.
So when we posted the ballot, when was that? Last month sometime?
Yeah.
Your new proposals came in last week. I
had verbal agreements from for one of the contractors, the paint contractor.
The paint contractor.
I can show you the text message I've had with him for several months, trying to get a quote from him to write it down. Well, he's been busy, and he just hasn't gotten it back to me.
Also, your Anderson doors too. Those numbers didn't come in till last week. So how did you even get numbers for those?
They've given us an estimate.
How did you even get those numbers?
What do you mean? How did we get those numbers? We contacted Anderson.
You based the ballot off of what?
Off the numbers that Anderson gave us verbally, and they honored the contract that they said verbally, and that's it. Yeah, it's not like the numbers came up afterwards. They were in the HOA notes. They were here at we reviewed.
Well,
we reviewed the numbers at the meetings.
We're going to pay the fees now. For what? Are we going to get a return on the assessment if the doors come in, or the?
Yes, we can.
Are you sure about that?
We can write an addendum to it to say we'll basically look at this.
I think we need to call for another board meeting or a meeting with the HOA. Review all the bids and re-vote for all this, because it's just untruthful what you guys have put forward right now, and I don't really think that anybody else really understands what's going on here. Your sequence of events for doing the doors first versus doing this first is just out of whack.
Well, that's what the waterproofing guy recommended to us, because you actually should do it at the same time, because they need to tie into each other.
We should.
He said that you can do it separately. You can do it with the doors first.
We can do it, but to remove these doors, we need to remove a portion of the stucco as well.
I do know that, yeah.
So when we come to do this waterproofing, we need to remove that same portion of stucco again. Why would we do the same work 2 times?
I told everyone at the board meeting that if we do these works separately, when we had the meeting, I said we can do it together or we can do it separately. Separately is going to cost us a little bit more.
Did you specifically explain this to my mother? Did she understand what you were saying?
I don't know. It was reviewed at the board meeting. We were all sitting in my living room. I believe your mother was present.
Yeah, she was present. But she did not have any idea what you guys were talking about.
I don't know how. She didn't say that she didn't understand anything. She actually raised her hand and voted.
Yeah, you know what she thought you were talking about when you said the doors? She thought you were talking about that single front gate, one gate.
Well, everyone else at the meeting knew what I was talking about. She didn't give me any indication that she didn't. She didn't raise her hand and say, I don't understand.
Well,
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I'm telling you. She didn't understand. She didn't understand.
Okay, but I heard that after the fact. I didn't hear that in the meeting itself. She didn't say, wait a second, what are we doing here?
So this is what I'm proposing. Before we start to send in any assessment fees or raising our HOA at the end of this month, I think we really need to revisit how these numbers were generated and what is guaranteed and promised. I don't think these other units really understand what,
I believe they do. I mean,
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Who wants to pay more money?
I'm just telling you, Fred.
Wouldn't it be diligent and wise to review all the numbers first before we voted on it? I mean, you made up these numbers.
It's a budget.
These numbers are ridiculous. But your budget, these are based on numbers that you made up.
It's not. The major work is not made up.
You know it's going to cost $60,000 just for this deck here. You know that?
That's
major work. The number is. I don't think
50,000. I averaged the two things, 53 and 47.
It's going to be $53,000 if you go with Mike. They don't know that it's going to cost $60,000 because of the repairs to the stucco. They don't know that.
That's not what how it. I'll read through the estimate again, but that's not how Mike described me the work. And you know, we averaged out the two bids. We didn't say it was 53,000. We put a bid in there for 50,000. You know, so an average.
Okay, so you base our HOA on $50,000, but $50,000 wouldn't pay for this work. It wouldn't be enough.
It's an estimate.
Yeah, I know. But when they asked to get paid, we wouldn't be able to pay them, would we? We would be at least $3,000 short.
We may be. Hey, what's going on?
Right. So are you putting the HOA at risk to get sued there?
I'm not.
We wouldn't be able to pay them.
We would wait until we had the reserves. The whole point of having monthly contributions and yearly contributions is we wait until we have enough reserves to pay for the work.
If they all voted for a $50,000 budget on this, and then you come back and tell them it's $60,000, who's going to pay for that? You'd have to raise the HOA or the assessment fee again?
It's just it's a working budget.
You're being incompetent right here. You have no idea.
Well, I appreciate your assessment.
Right.
Yeah.
How contracting works. I mean, I've been doing this, and you know, you can talk to all the waterproofing experts. Why would you not do everything at the same time? Why would you pay for double work? Maybe it's good for them because they get more money.
It was, well, number one, our doors have termites. We want to replace the doors immediately because it's damaging our doors. So I don't want to wait 2 years to replace my door. How are you going to solve that? By doing it all at once?
Let's get a termite assessment.
Okay. I'll get a report from Gary's guy, or I'll get another guy.
I mean, why is this coming up now? I mean,
I've been bringing the termites up for